Samuel shook his head. I thought it was some more left. Anyways, that was Prophetess Akelamalik, one of my favorites. Taking a deep breath, powerful. Now, let's see, where did I stop yesterday? Pausing for a moment. Oh, yeah. This is the part where our story begins in Lake Providence. Come to think of it, I haven't been to many places that haven't been alongside Highway 65. Now, I have been as far south as Waterproof, Louisiana, and as far north as Chicot, Arkansas, where me and your grandmother got married. East? He paused again, thinking. Well, my grandfather lived in Indianola, Mississippi. I've been there quite a few times, especially when I was younger. So that's about it. As far as the west, I haven't gone any farther than Delhi, Louisiana. Oh, Louisiana. Did you know we're the only place that uses parishes instead of counties? Even to this day, you must understand the history. But for now, we're going to just focus on this town called Lake Providence to understand a man named Wanyanyekavu, a young warrior. You see, the alien technology affected many of the cities along the east and west coast, but Louisiana and Mississippi were some of the few places hardly touched by this new world of technology created by these Abenians. In Louisiana, places like New Orleans, Shreveport and Baton Rouge turned into metros or ville de Bulle, which means in our native tongue bubble cities. In Mississippi, we only have Jackson and Gulfport. I'll use the word Wakatilians from now on because some of these people are not of our tribe, but are still considered Wakatilians. Cush shook his head. Okay. Samuel continued, the Wakatilians mostly lived in these types of rural areas. I guess it started when the Europeans settled Lake Providence and surrounding areas in the late 1830s. Once the federal government started enforcing the indigenous people, they called natives further west of the Mississippi River and took their land. They drained the cypress swamps along the Mississippi River and used slaves to clear the land for cultivation. By the mid-1800s, Louisiana was so ruthless and heartless back then that they jailed our people for no reason at all. Even our women were housed in the same cells as male prisoners, and some became pregnant willingly and many unwillingly. Of course, they passed laws declaring that all children born in the prison of our people serving life sentences would be the state's property. The women would raise the kids until the age of 10, then auctioned off, and the proceeds were used to fund schools for white children. Do you know who purchased these kids? Mostly prison officials, of course. Cush looked up and saw a tear fall from Samuel's eyes. Samuel pauses as he wiped the tear from his eyes, then takes a long sigh as he continues, anyways, by the start of the American Civil War, the region mainly consisted of large cotton plantations along the river, which were worked by thousands of slave laborers. Lake Providence quickly developed after the Union Army came and built itself as a supply depot. The soldiers started digging a canal between the Mississippi River and Lake Providence. This was the same time slaves crowded into the camp at Lake Providence, thinking they were about to get their freedom. The population quickly went from a few 100 to several 1,000. A military supply camp quickly turned into a city of slave refugees. They historically developed Lake Providence into cotton plantations before and after the Civil War.